Good evening, welcome to the March 20th Town Highgate Selectboard meeting. First order of business, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I wasn't here at the last meeting, an unexpected thing popped up, and I meant to welcome our newest member to the board, Mr. Chad Carr. I'm not sure, did you get to speak last time?
I did.
No, I was bad.
I don't know if you want to
Sure.
introduce yourself.
Chad Carr. Spent most of my life in Highgate. Married for 30 years, 3 wonderful kids, and now I'm a business owner. And that's it, Vern.
Awesome, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. All right, next we got public comment. Hello, Sue.
Okay, I'm gonna be very quick. I've had people ask me how many more years we got to, on the Highgate Arena on that loan that we took out.
It was taken out in 2015, and it was a 20-year loan. 15-year loan, we have 5 years left.
5 years, okay. That's one question. My second question is the rabies drop, and I did talk to Ben. We had a raccoon that was rabies about a week and a half ago on our road.
Yep, I got to work today.
And they did do a rabbit drop quite a few years back. I talked to Ben, and Ben can fill you in, because I bumped into Ben Sunday. I just want people to know there is raccoons and they are being rabies. I just want people to realize
It's
that.
the second one this year, just so everyone is aware.
Yes.
So the vaccine clinic you're going to hear about is even more important than ever.
Yep.
We can't, locations don't make a difference because raccoons travel. So we just
Correct.
be on alert everywhere.
That's why I bring it up to just for people to be aware of. Third question, I'm going to be quick. Monday at the library, they're doing a Muffin Monday, 10 to 11 for senior citizens. It's totally free. I went over Monday, it was wonderful. So see, anybody over 55 and over is welcome. My last question, I still would like to be in charge of the Memorial Day bake sale. I would still would love to be in charge of that, if you allow me.
We have to have some serious discussion about that.
Deep discussion.
Yeah. Comments, up and down?
Well, I'd like to address the rabies information
Okay,
first. So
okay.
I did contact the Department of Health, and they are seeing the uptick again this year. So they are going to do 2 rabies drops again this year. They're still finalizing their dates and everything and coordinating the aircraft, but they're looking to start that May 5th. And then the second drop would be again in August.
No, okay. I just want to have people be aware of that.
No, that's good. Was that on Monument Road where the coon was?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was just away from my house, and then 2
Yeah.
days later, I found a cactus dead on my property.
That was on my list to bring up.
So, yeah.
Sounds like you'd be a good health officer. Just
No.
saying.
No, we have
So I
another.
just want to let people aware of this. They are moving at night, and it
Yeah.
doesn't make any difference. They're moving at 3, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they are out there.
So we've had 2
2 this year.
this year, plus the research I was doing online, there was 2 last year in Highgate. One was November 29th, and the other one was a couple weeks later in December.
Yeah, Swanton's also had 2, and so has Elbert.
So one was a skunk and one was a raccoon.
Yeah.
They did rabies drop in their area last year. I
Yes, they
think.
did.
2 last year,
Yeah.
because they're seeing an uptick, and they're trying to get ahead.
Back up. So yeah, just if you see low flying, kind of a larger than normal twin engine aircraft, that's the rabies drop King Air that flies around.
They do post it publicly on every social media they can to try to get people not to be nervous about it.
Yep.
I just want people to be aware of this when they take the dog outside.
No, that's good.
I just want people to be aware.
It's not good, but it's good that we're hearing about it because it's the first I heard about it. So
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up. And I
Okay.
bumped into Ben on Sunday, so thank you for taking the meeting, Ben, I appreciate it.
And I gave you statistics, so if anybody's asking, you can show
I
them.
will have them, and thank you for the update. And if somebody asks, I'll let the papers right in front of me. I'm the messenger, remember that.
I know. Back to the big pressing issue. Do we want to let her do the Memorial Day bake sale again?
I think we gotta discuss the memorial committee at a whole and try to bring it to that 5-person group that we talked about.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
That's fine, it's just to let me know, I've been running it ever since.
But
it
it's
started.
no, it's just I'd like to get some discussion.
Right, and I understand that, yeah.
When do you need to know by? What's your no later than date to take?
First part of May, so I can get some flyers out to
Yeah.
let people know I am
Okay.
doing this.
We'll have an answer before then, of course.
Oh, yeah, I know you will, it's just, I happened to think of it today. You know, I mean, I
Yep.
was thinking.
Thank you for
That's
the heads
it, I'm being very good.
up. Okay, awesome. Public comment, anybody else? Yes, sir.
The Highgate Methodist Church, along with the Sheldon Church, Methodist Church, and the Wrightsville Methodist Church, would like to have a Easter Sunday sunrise service and use the park in Highgate Falls, further end of the park.
That was, which church?
Methodist Church,
Baptist church. What day?
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
We just want to make sure it's okay to use the park.
They've done that before
Yeah.
in years past. haven't
Yes, we
they?
have. We did it way back. years
Yes,
ago.
I thought so.
We use the park every once a year.
Okay.
I can,
I'm good with it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I'm good.
we need to make a motion on that,
I don't know, do we have to make much of that? I don't think so.
Thank
Got
you.
another request for this park coming up, so I guess just keep it consistent,
Yep.
either a yeah or a motion, whatever.
Oh, we just
Just
need
one
to-
thing, we doing both in
Just
a
need
one
to- okay.
motion.
What was the use of this park for?
Yeah, what was the event, the next event?
It's down your list a little, but it is from the,
Urban.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Change Roundup.
Oh,
Okay, so if it's food, they do have to go through the health department. They have to follow that procedure.
Carrie told her that.
Okay,
Carrie spoke with Denise
okay.
when she came in.
It's a simple
I believe
form.
there was something in your, in the red notes
It was,
about
I
that.
did reply because if our barbecue has to do it, so does everybody else. But it's a simple form.
They plan to put up a tent, wish to use the park from 6 a.m. to noon, serving breakfast by donation. They will need to comply with Department of Health regulations.
Yep.
just to make us more comfortable, let's do a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept both of them.
Both, okay.
I'll second
Okay.
that.
All those say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion is passed. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Anybody else? Okay. All right, on to select board items. We need to review and approve the select board minutes from 3/6/25. I was not here, so hopefully everybody got a chance to read those. I
We
did.
did, I make a motion to accept them.
A second?
All those say aye.
Aye.
All right, I will sign them. And then next is the check warrant for Shelley. Anybody get a chance to read that?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll make a motion.
A second.
All those say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right, ambulance contract discussion and award. My little packet, I had all the numbers for the votes, but,
I have them if you
you
need.
got, oh yeah, if you could read the vote, who got what?
Yep, so, MBR had 387 yeses and 98 nos. AmCare had 134 yeses and 344 nos.
Okay, so by just voting numbers, looks like MBR beat out here. Ampere. This, we put this up to the town vote, even though the select board can make the decision on ourselves, just because it's been an emotional subject over the last 10 years or so, and we wanted to let the public make the vote. We've all heard from both sides. There's positives and negatives to each one. Everybody's partial to one or the other, it seems, and there's not really middle ground on this for a lot of people, I noticed. One side of the town's going to get served better depending on which services that side, and vice versa on the other side. We put it to the town to make the decision easier, to make it as fair as we could. That's my thoughts on that. We'll go down the table.
So my thoughts is I would like to move forward with accepting the overall community's choice of Mrs. Valley Rescue.
Same thing you just said, I want to move forward with it.
I'm on board with that, but I also would like to have a discussion with the folks at MBR before we enter into contract and executive, go over a few things.
Tonight?
Not tonight,
Okay.
when we have an opportunity.
We have
Okay.
till July.
Okay.
And I feel the voters spoke.
So Ben, could we still vote on it and still have that meeting with them?
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. I just think we need to have a discussion on
Yeah.
our expectations.
Expectations.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Communication.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
before we actually enter into the contract, I mean, our intention, I think all of us agree, our intention is to go with MBR and
Yeah.
echo the voice of the town. But I think we need to set our expectations before we enter into the contract and give them the option to yay or nay what we say.
Okay.
So I'll make the motion to accept MVR, providing their expectations meet requirements when we meet with them.
Make a second.
All those say aye?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Hopefully somebody's got a copy of this, because I didn't bring it. So one of the things that came up here,
It's in your packet.
is that my packet?
I
It's
saw
right
it.
on the back of your
It
hand.
is my packet, I had it on the wrong page the whole
There you go.
It's back in the game. All right, yes. Look at the mood change.
That day turned good.
That day turned good. All right, camera guy, oh, we got a new camera guy. Is it training? Hello. If you could zoom in on that. So there's been some confusion, especially on the board. I think certain boards where everybody lies, kind of organizational-wise in the town. So I had Carrie work on this. This is a working draft of what we got so far. Anyways, this is probably pretty close to final, but we got to sit down and go over this a little bit more. But that's right now how we have the town set up for everybody's review. This will be on the website or something. You guys get a chance to look at that? Yes. No, okay, so actually it looks like we can make a motion to approve this as it sits right now, if everybody here is good with it. I think everything's covered on there.
Yeah, we had her add a few things that were missing, but overall, I think both Wendy and I agree with everything on there.
Okay.
So
I
I
don't
will
think
make
anything's
motion
missing.
to accept it as it is, except for when there is necessary periodic changes due to board changes, we make the adjustments.
I like that motion.
One second.
All those say aye?
Aye.
Awesome, thank you. All right, next, one of the hardest decisions we've had to make in a long time, the rec committee appointments. We got 3 positions open and 4 people applied. Parts of the board, I think last Monday, I wasn't there, went and did interviews with everybody that applied. I've gotten some of the feedback from Mary. I'm gonna go down the table here, I think, Ben and Mary there if you want to give input, and then we gotta make a
I
decision.
think we would like to talk a little bit more in executive, since it is personnel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I wasn't able to attend, so I'd like to do that too.
I'd like to brief we
Yeah.
would
Okay.
like to brief you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we will vote on it tonight, we'll just come out of executive and make a decision, if that's okay.
I think we all should be on board.
I agree, that's why we talked about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna make that decision that night.
Thanks, Mary. We're jumping the gun.
Well, you know,
Trying to get things
in
done.
his defense, he wasn't there, so he wasn't gonna vote.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna vote anyways, because I wasn't
Yeah.
there. If there's gonna be a tiebreaker, which there shouldn't with 5 people, but
Right.
kind of thing, but yeah. All right, next is something that the town needs, that every town needs. It's policy review for social media and communications. I don't think we really have one right now. Wendy's been doing a pretty good job on Facebook.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, actually, you're right, phenomenal. I used the wrong word, thank you. That's a
I
big
do a
word.
great job blocking comments on every post.
Well, that's what we got to discuss, how we're gonna do this, once we get this policy in place. So there's many options here. Carrie did a good job. Was it Carrie that did this, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah. There's many options the town could choose. Let me get to,
Are they separate policies? Is there a social media policy and a communications policy? I think they're separate. Okay. communications policy is basically with the media. Yes, that's the separate one on letterhead at the end.
Get to it.
It should be the very last page of
All
that.
right, town social media one.
Yeah,
Everybody's only
we're gonna have to have make a disclaimer at the beginning of every meeting.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Unfortunately, the one I can't shut off is
Put them in
alarm.
box.
Cut it off. What page is that on?
The last one, 11.
The
Okay.
very last page is the communications policy. It's on got letterhead down the side, it's just one page long.
That page 11.
Thank you.
Keep flipping.
Got it.
There you go. Boy, you're struggling.
Ooh, I am struggling
I
today.
think he did have his Chick-fil-A today.
I did not. I did not. It makes me angry.
You gotta keep smiling, right?
It's funny, I didn't read this page, I'm reading it right now.
Uh-huh.
Talk amongst yourselves while I read this. All right, so, yeah, it's kind of common sense stuff.
It's basically everything to do with talking to the media, whether it be the news or the press or whoever. It goes through either the town admin or the select board chair,
Correct.
Correct.
which keeps things consistent.
I'll just, unless somebody else wants to read it, we'll just read this out loud before we make a motion on it. The town administrator, select board chair, or designee are the official liaisons with the press, which includes print, broadcast, and web information outlets. This will ensure consistent messaging. Please inform the reporter that you are referring them to the authorized town spokesperson who will respond to their request. The town strives to be open and responsive to the press with news and information. Please notify the town administrator immediately if you receive a press inquiry. Do not grant an interview or provide any information. When taking a call from the press, exhibit the same professionalism and courtesy that you would use with any other customer of the town. Get as much information from the reporter as you can so that we can respond effectively. This policy is in place to ensure that the press and the public are given timely, accurate, and relevant information about the town of Highgate. Publications and editorials should not be submitted on behalf of the town or any other town department / board or volunteer without prior approval from the town administrator or select board chair. This does not include public notices that are submitted by the town clerk in accordance with an open meeting law or town and community event postings. All media contacts refer to the town administrator select board chair. I said pretty common sense if you've ever worked for somebody other than yourself. Does anybody, any of you guys have any public affairs training or anything like that?
We have a social media.
Yeah, okay.
arsenal, but-
All right, so questions, comments, edits?
Should be a space between the administrator or on that last line.
I think administrator spelled wrong too, or something.
It is, it's another
Yeah.
4 on there.
So I guess my question is, what if it's violated, then what's the
Yes.
next step?
After.
I think that has to be kind of outlined, because otherwise people will use it and think nothing's gonna be questioned from it.
What's that?
That's just my opinion.
No, that's a good point.
It
Discipline.
is,
Yeah,
because it's already happened.
Right, exactly.
the question is, yeah, discipline, I don't have.
What's the discipline?
I mean, may have to ask,
Personnel policy in my head right now, do we have any discipline for this?
may have to ask Ed the legal terminology to put in it.
Yeah.
But I think if they know nothing's gonna happen, it's not gonna matter. So I think there needs to be some.
Repercussions.
Well, that's what I said, there's gotta be
Yeah.
some kind of a repercussion.
And then how
Do
do
you
you
remove from the
repercussion it?
seat? Do they, you know?
Right. If they're elected versus appointed, the disciplinary action might differ.
It will be, there's no
Yeah,
doubt.
absolutely.
Sounds like
It'll be a
bad
bigger
question.
step if it's an elected position.
Does anybody know off the top of their head in our personnel policy if we have anything related to this?
I know there's steps for disciplinary action, but I don't recall verbatim. what-
Again, she hit the big one on the head, it's elected versus appointed.
Right.
Yeah.
Elected has to go through a judiciary type format, or an appointed is our decision. In my training of select board, that's what I remember.
All right, so looks like we need to do a little more research on this before we finalize it.
I can check with her,
Or not by Carrie too.
but she's gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, oh, a couple weeks, she's back next week. All right.
No,
Oh, no?
not back in the office till the 31st.
What are we gonna do?
We'll be, we're muddling along.
You're doing good, bud. All right,
I mean, either way,
okay,
we'll get some feedback for the next meeting.
yep.
Well, at least we've started the conversation because I asked about a social media policy back in 2018.
Oh, wow,
Whoa,
and that's where
And
it's
a few
at.
times since, and it's never
That's where it's at.
gotten any traction until today. So at least we're starting.
Currently going through the latest approved personnel policy and adding in our new benefits, polishing, I mean, there's blank pages, there's policies within the policy. The 30-page document is now 64 pages from the last edits, so it needs some attention. So in all my spare time, I've been one paragraph at a time, so if we need to add something as far as disciplinary action goes, now's a good time.
Exactly,
yep.
appreciate that.
Right.
All right, so we'll visit this one later when Carrie comes back and have some more discussion at the next meeting about it. When's the next one? 4, 3 or something like that. So that was communication side. Social media wise, we also have to talk about picking what model we want. Did everybody get a chance to read that?
I think we could do our homework and get back on that one as well.
So the thing I got out of this was, I thought there were 3, and there's only 2. It's 2 or 3 different forms of social media policy. We think we've been doing the government speech forum type thing with Wendy. That's basically just posting events of the town, to include town business or, things at the park, that kind of thing. With, I don't know, is it open for comment on our social media? All right,
I block every comment.
all right,
I'm not
so,
babysitting.
yeah,
No,
and
I think
that's,
that's-
I stopped allowing comments during the first NVR and CARE
I agree.
crap show.
Yeah,
I don't have time to monitor comments, so it's informational, it's not for discussion,
yeah,
in my opinion.
correct.
yeah,
It's informational, it's not for a debate. If you want to debate, share it on your own page and do whatever you want.
we're
Come
coming,
in here.
we're coming here, yeah. So the other model is the limited public forum, that's kind of what you just talked about, if you go back and let people comment on the postings, but then where does it end? That's my issue.
I block
And
everyone.
as we've seen some issues lately that can get out of control and a lot
Yeah,
of
we ran into
false,
that once already.
false information
I
and
remember it, yeah.
people using bad words and personal attacks and all that, that does nobody any good. So I think, my personal opinion, we can go down the table here, but the government speech forum, just listing the events of the town and putting information out, I think is the way I would prefer to go.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if we could, I guess we could make a motion to pick that form right now and then come back to the communication policy later,
Okay.
if everybody's comfortable with that. So basically Wendy would just keep on doing what she's doing.
Well, all the departments have their own pages too, so they all need to be doing that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because there's a library page.
There's a rec page, a library
rec
page,
There's a fire department
apartment
page.
payment, yeah.
There was a Friends of the Library page, I don't know if that's still active. There's the Highgate Family Ski page. There used to be a Highgate Community Happenings page that went away.
Did that move to unlocked? Did we
No,
have a
that one's
page?
still open. That's a
Okay.
Highgate Community Forum that is run by someone that no longer lives in this town.
So some of those pages are run by people that don't
Just-
work for the town, so they have every right to do that.
Correct.
But for what we put out, what
We
the
put
town puts
I
out.
think, I don't know, maybe the things Christine is posting, she's welcoming comment. I don't know. I don't see a lot of controversy coming out of there, but maybe there is.
But we have to be a one house rule, I
I
think.
agree,
Yeah.
I agree.
What's good for one is good for the
I
other.
agree.
So should we just wait on that? And get our ducks all in a row?
Yeah, we might wanna kind of get a heads up to the other boards
Yeah.
and let them know what we're thinking, see what they're thinking.
Because if they have
But we have to
questions
be
and they're at a
consistent.
computer or on their phone, it's just as easy to email the proper people than
Yeah,
comment on that post and start drama.
What it does.
So, I don't know. I block comments on our page, the Instagram page and the Facebook page I have for years.
less drama's better.
That's good.
And we ran into that with an issue with the rec, and we ended up getting
Yeah. That's what I was
pretty
thinking of.
nasty
That got
stuff,
nasty.
and it had to be
Yeah.
blocked.
And we're not all sitting at our computers 24/7, so if someone asks Jess a question on Facebook
Yeah.
and she's
She's not
out
gonna get
prepping for a game, they're not gonna get an answer that way anyway, not in a timely manner.
Yep.
That's why we have this.
Yeah, exactly. This is the public forum where you get to.
This
talk.
is it.
Yeah.
Should we invite the chairs of all the boards into a meeting so we can discuss it? or-
I don't know if we need to, I think just an informational email saying this is the way we're leaning. And this is why. And then if you have any comments or,
They put it on the agenda so they can come and talk about it
Yeah.
if they do.
yeah,
I like that idea.
yeah, we can have them in here if you want. I'm fine with that.
Maybe make it early in the meeting so they don't have to stick around if they
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And everybody can get their opinion out and we can make a decision.
Okay. All right. I don't like kicking things down the road, but I do want everybody to take part, so. Kick that to 4-3. All right, fundraiser to the department, we already did on the front side of the meeting. Next, we got the Mason Storage Shed relocation update.
Yeah.
I'll let you talk on this one.
I came in and I talked to Carrie, and the feeling is, wait on it. What's the hurry of moving it? You know, things aren't happening over there, and it's good and sturdy over there, and for right now, you know, keep using it like we are until another time. I think we gotta check with the people that got the bid and just see, you know, let them know, and
First response.
Speaking of that bid, Richard, like, we didn't budget for that, so, like, we should
Yeah.
probably do that.
right,
And then we got,
I remember there was a number, but I don't know what it is.
and you also gotta look at when is that bid good until?
Right.
That's the other issue,
Right,
because most of them have an end date.
Because we were supposed to move that last fall.
yeah, but we couldn't do anything last fall because we didn't have any permits. Or when Carrie came, she said we need some permits, and there was that test well in there
Yep.
from the dump, so,
Was there a dollar amount put on that?
yeah, there was.
But again, if it's over a year, it might not be a valid dollar amount anymore.
Yeah, it was done to be done last fall, and then the snow came, winter came, and we would've had to go with permits and just would've prolonged it. And then things have come up about, Cathedral Square, and my feeling is right now, just we'll wait on it and keep using it as a shed, and,
Well, here's my question.
Yeah.
That bid is, you said, a year old. It could be more.
right, yeah, you know, but, you know, do we wanna go ahead with it, move it, or,
How are you paying for it?
That's a question I was
I'm
gonna,
asking you.
Is that bid the same dollar?
what's that?
Is that bid the same dollar? Has it gone up, not gone down? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. You know,
I think you should reach out to first response and see if that dollar amount's still good.
they were the only ones that put in a bid,
Okay.
and, you know,
So we could ask for updated.
yeah.
Okay.
But again, Chad, it's like she said, it wasn't budgeted.
Oh,
There was a bid done, but, you know,
I get it.
so I guess when I ask you, Shelley, can we, hold off? Is it possible to hold off right now and?
Well, you said there's no hurry, right? It's
Well,
fine.
I know, but that ain't what I'm trying to say, would it, for first response,
Oh.
would we get in any trouble backing out? It's what I'm
We
bringing
can
to
contact
you.
first response like Chad is suggesting and just let them know. Obviously, we're not doing the project anytime soon.
Right.
And how long is that dollar amount good for?
Right.
That's not a problem. But you might be better off putting it back out to bid when you're ready to do the
Right.
project.
Right,
You never know who's gonna come back with
right.
different price tags.
Is it needed to be moved because it was in the way of a building that's not happening anytime soon?
Correct.
Right,
That's what
yes.
Richard's- That's what Richard's point is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
So if there's no rush, let's do it the right way, budget,
Correct.
Yeah, yeah,
bid, the whole 9 yards.
yeah.
Tried searching for it in the emails, you'd find like,
I think originally the thought was to use ARPA money, but we spent more than we
Yeah.
originally expected,
Okay.
so
Yep.
that's
that's
what
what's
I
on the budget.
See, I wasn't privy to that info.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
I hear you. Okay, so we'll probably end up putting that in the budget for this year, probably end up going out for a rebid unless they wrote a contract that extends into next year. That'll be the plan. Does that work?
yeah,
Okay.
And I can reach out to first response later.
okay.
thank you.
Lastly, for the select board items, we got the recreational zero turn mower discussion. The article passed. Thank you for passing that. Basically, we're just moving money from one part of the fund to another, so that the rec department can make a purchase. I think it was for up to 30,000, right? Up to. And I think one of the questions came up at town meeting. I don't know if it's been about a month, but do you know which model or what?
Getting quotes right now.
Get quotes? Okay.
Yeah.
What are they coming in at round about?
25.
I was gonna say 25, 27, depending.
Yeah.
But
Baggers
the
and all
question that I believe that Ryan was concerned about is it was a specific width.
that. It called out a 72 inch and we want a 60 inch.
Yes, so the list in the CIP Excel spreadsheet is what we are replacing.
Yes.
So if you are replacing the 72 inch with a 60 inch
It
mower,
doesn't-
that's what you're replacing it with.
Okay.
And then when I put it back into the list, the replacement of the 60 inch
Usually.
zero turn would be what we would be saving
Perfect.
for.
But they are keeping the 72 inch as a backup as well, so. Okay, that was
Yep.
why they wanted it on here, just to clarify that.
And I know Mark Gilbert had reached out to me last week before about purchasing power. There's Sourcewell is one of them.
Yeah, and
There's
you
a
can
few
get a
different
discount.
programs, yes.
Yes.
I hadn't heard anything about it. Carrie's been in the municipal world much longer than myself. I asked her, she hadn't heard anything about them. But I did my own research. Sourcewell to sign up was free, there was no charge.
Filling out some paperwork.
So I ended up doing it and I sent Mark our account information this week. So he has it to go to these
Yeah,
companies
he
and,
was indicating it
Yeah.
was like a 10 to 15% savings,
yes.
so great to take advantage of.
Yep, so Mark does have that information in his possession now, so he can pass
Thank
that
you.
along to whoever he's working with.
Thank you.
Mhm.
One last question, why going from 72 to 60 inch on the deck?
So it'll fit more places like the T-ball field.
Yep.
The 72 doesn't actually go through the fence. With 60 inch, we could drive it right in there, especially if we put a bagger on it. We'll just be able to go more places.
Okay.
Be
Without
more
hitting
efficient
stuff.
from where it's being mowed.
Yes.
Less things on everything?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, awesome.
Mr. Klein.
Oh, yeah, we gotta make a motion to let you buy tomorrow, I guess. So, any more discussion on the table?
I think when they have the final price, they'll bring it in.
The final quote and stuff,
He just wanted the clarification on the width.
Okay.
just make sure we were locked in at
Got that
$72.
now.
Nope.
Perfect.
All right, next up, we got Town Treasurer Shelley.
Real quick, because you already did the check warrant.
Yep.
Our delinquent taxes are down to $117,144.86. A quick little, I spent yesterday with Rick from Sullivan and Powers, who's completing our single audit. And he's very confident that it will be completed on time by the 31st of March.
Nice.
This is the one that started last fall.
This is the one that, this is the piece for like the federal grants that we have.
Right.
So, and then we did start actually pulling some stuff together because we know we need one this coming year as well. We've already gone over the threshold. So I think next year's single audit will be much smoother than this year's. And the few days that we were closed definitely helped a lot, pulling those documents together.
Good.
So thank you again for allowing that. And yeah, I think it's going to be wrapped up real quick.
Awesome.
So yes, we should have our final audit in hand soon. In time for the next one.
Yep. Yep, good. Good to hear. Anything else?
That's it.
Wow, that's short. All right. Well, Wendy, Town Clerk.
Okay. So you've already approved the minutes and a few other things up top. So we touched on it earlier about rabies in our community. So our dog and cat vaccination clinic is as important as ever. It is next weekend, Saturday, March 29th from 9 to noon at the arena. We enter through the back side of the building, use the ice surface, and exit through the side. We do not enter the lobby, the bathrooms, the locker rooms, the hallway, none of that. The prices, you cannot beat it. I've had a lot, we're one of the only towns in the county that even has one anymore, so I've been getting a lot of calls. The prices are great. I want to thank Cheryl and her crew from Pause for Thought. Come back and help us year after year. They don't have to do that, but they want to. So to vaccinate your animal against rabies is $15. Distemper, $25. If you get both, it saves you $5. So get both for $35. That's a hell of a deal versus a visit to the vet's office. I will be there with my daughter and one of my friends. Highgate residents can also license their dogs that day. 15 or 19 per dog, depending if they are spay or neutered or not. Checks and cash only at the clinic. I'm not set up for cards that day. And I'm hoping all my regulars will be able to help me.
Bending, no problem, I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, thank you. Anybody that's free and wants to stop and help the flow of traffic, it's a super busy day. Last year we had terrible weather and it was still very busy. So that is coming up. And then deadline to license your dogs is April 1st, which is just a few days after the clinic. So I intend to do nothing but deal with dogs for the next week and a half. I do have a small list of positions that are not yet filled to be appointed. I did post the list again and asked for letters by the 31st of March, so we can go over them at the next meeting if I have any. We're still looking for an assistant animal control officer, a Northwest Regional Planning and Transportation Advisory representative, Northwest Rail Trail Council rep. We are still trying to fill one planning commission seat, which I am shocked by because when we dismantled the village core, I was 9 people. I thought somebody would want to fill that seat. That seat is still available. Communication union representative, we have some alternate positions open, health officer and deputy health officer. So get me your letters if you're interested. Some of these positions do pay, some of them are strictly volunteer. I did have some interest in one position until they found out it was volunteer. So, I wanted to talk to you about the Parks Committee that we've yet to formalize, and the Memorial Day Committee, which over the years has gone a little rogue, maybe reel it in a little bit, and formalize that. I don't know if you want me to post those, how many people you're looking for on each board. If you
5.
want formal letters, you want 5 on the Parks too, or just the Memorial Day Committee? That's,
What is currently on the parks?
to the best of my knowledge, you got Brian Spears and Ty, maybe, that do
I
parks,
think that's it.
and maybe,
And we need to have some discussion who they report to.
yes, there's a lot of confusion on who reports to who, and
Yeah, that is part of
who's
the
got
discussion we
equipment
wanted to have with you
when,
also.
and, yeah, a lot of that. So before I posted it, I didn't know if you wanted to formalize things a little more.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah,
Richard's thinking yes.
Everybody's doing a great job, but I know there's frustration when equipment is
No, I
gone,
agree.
who's got it, where to go, should it be signed out? Should that person be clocked in?
I said the sign.
Kind of thing like that, so.
Yes. We will discuss in tonight's meeting.
Okay, so we can formalize that and I'll get that posted, whatever you guys decide, but I just wanted to put it out there because park season is
Coming. Yeah.
here. Well, maybe not, it's supposed to snow tonight, right?
Yeah, a couple inches melt by tomorrow.
Hey, it is what it is. We live in Vermont. The last thing I have is, I left each of you a packet. The Board of Civil Authority, which you are a part of, and the JPs and me, every other year we have to do a biennial purge of our voter checklist. Rather than sit at a meeting for 4 hours, I thought we would start. You each have a copy of the voter checklist there. You want to take it home? Sit by your.
And so whoever's not here anymore is the idea?
Correct.
Okay.
We want to flag anyone you think either doesn't live here anymore, deceased. I don't think you're going to find any of those.
You're pretty good about
I
that.
do keep up with it daily, so I don't think you're going to find a lot, but more eyes on the process is always better. And it's the law, so we have to go through the checklist and purge any voters we feel do not belong on our checklist.
Okay.
Or challenge them, I should say. Send them a challenge letter and give them an opportunity to respond. So I don't need you to answer me. I don't need to report to the state till September, but I don't want to wait till September.
I
So
agree.
I said April 30th, you get back to me with any names, we can take it from there. And the JPs are also going through the list, and I look at it every day, so
Thank you.
that's it for me.
Going back to what you said about the boards and one of them, or committees only got 2, when we talked about it a couple months ago about 5-member boards being the max, I think we agreed that would be the max that we want on a board is 5. So I'm thinking if there's only 2 and it's functioning, that's fine. I don't know if we need to make it bigger.
Is this, and I don't understand, is the Parks Committee, and Mike, maybe you can help, is it a subcommittee of the rec committee, or does it stand on its own? Like, who does they report to?
And that's
Do they
part of
report
what
to
we're
the
going to
buildings and
discuss
grounds
with Shelley.
person? Do
But
they report-
I think it was rec, Wendy, but I think we're talking about.
I know.
I think we're talking about separating it,
Yep,
and that's one of our discussions.
okay.
I think we gotta have.
Your input, because you do the financials, so we wanted your input.
Needs to happen.
What's that, Wayne?
So I think if you separate, you can get rid of that committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll discuss it later.
Okay, so,
I would like Shelley included.
we've got a lot of feedback from a lot of different places.
Yeah, we had
So
to.
Kind of. Okay, I think
Perfect.
that's it for me. I have the Tyler Technology thing, that's a contract, we can talk about that after.
Yep.
So, boom, boom, boom. Going back and forth today.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, normally interim town administrator Carrie would talk right now, but she is not with us tonight, but doing well. Any other last minute business that we forgot about?
No,
Okay.
public.
At that point, I guess I'd like to make a motion, or somebody make a motion
I'll
to
make a
come out of.
motion to go into executive with Dom first, and then after with our own executive committee.
I'll second it.
With Wendy and Shelley, and executive too.
Correct.
Yep, okay.
Definitely Shelley.
Yep.
Wendy probably because
She's
She has
got,
an insight.
she's got input,
She
yeah.
got insight.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. All right, can I get a second on that motion to come out of our meeting? All right, all those say aye?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much, everybody.
Good night.
Thank
You
you,
too.
everybody.